Okay, so before I get started with anything, I just want to reiterate it took me 5 minutes to figure out this whole selfie stick thing that I had from my mom. Oh my gosh. So, for the past few days, I have been thinking of doing uh, just a video diary, basically, a Dear Diary type of thing, for no particular reason other than I want to physically see myself grow as a person, and it'll just help me collect my thoughts so that I can formulate a better idea of where I want to be or go with a lot of my ideas in the future, really. Uh, you see, I found this bag recently, and in this bag it had a journal or a diary that I used to keep, surprisingly, from when I lived back in Arizona, and I totally forgot. I just had no idea that I even brought that stuff with me. I just thought it was always lost, obviously, because I never went back home. And I read some of the entries that were in there, and it was just really weird to actually read some of that that I could read. The thing is like super old and tattered, but I actually remembered that I did start typing it up on a computer that I still have the hard drive for, so I just need to figure out how to get the information off. But anyway, when I read it, I was like, I really grown up a lot since back then in these past few years, and it just made me realize, especially it was last night when I was left in the dark because we had a blackout. Thank you, Snow. So I had a lot of time to think. I guess just think about where I am, where I want to be, who I want to take with me, all that good stuff. So part of it is this year I want to just be a much better me. I know that sounds corny. I know that definitely sounds corny, but it's true. I keep to myself a lot, especially when I'm hurting inside or just my opinions in general. I don't always feel I can just go and like discuss it with somebody because I'm used to being the person that's strong, I guess, that people come to with their problems. And so when I actually have one, it's just weird. And normally I would go talk to my mom or my best friend or whoever, but there's just some things that even then I still hold it in. I don't just say exactly, what is on my mind and what's going on. Sorry, this is about to be everywhere, but this is a journal entry. That's what happens, right? Anyway, so I guess from reading those journals, seeing how much I've grown, and just everything else that's been going on, and some of the feelings I've been keeping to myself deep down, I just felt that this would be a good idea. Start a journal or a diary for 100 days. I think I can do that. I had a much better idea of how I wanted to start this yesterday, but of course I couldn't do that because I was in the dark. So I'm probably going to be rambling, but that's fine. I'm going to post it anyway because what the hell, right? I just gotta say, like, just some of the things that were running through my mind last night when I was just sitting here watching the snowfall really got to me. I got teary-eyed, and I didn't realize or understand why. But it just felt like I needed to. Like I just needed that palate cleanser to start over. And honestly, after having that good cry, I felt amazing. Absolutely amazing. And then it really made me think of some of the issues that I guess I knew I had, but I never really addressed before and know I need to. such as I am terrible at keeping track of time lately. I think it's been probably a week and a half or so since I've like really talked to people outside of like my family, my brother or my mom or my grandma, and that's terrible. Like, Venice, what are you doing? You let all this time go by. And quite honestly, I just didn't even know. Like, it's just sometimes the days just completely blend in for me. And this is why it got to me yesterday. Let me just say. Let me explain. It got to me because this is exactly what I felt would never happen to me in my lifetime. Like, I will never have these moments where I fall into this mundane routine and just let life go. Just pass, you know what I mean? And I feel like I've kind of slipped into that somehow because like when I wake up it's dark, when I go to bed it's dark. I work a lot, and that's not a bad thing. You know, I have goals, and I wanted to work more, get just financially like where I want to be. I'm getting there finally, but it's like in the process of that, I feel like I'm losing myself. I'm not leaving enough time for me and the things that I enjoy. Which surprisingly, it's nothing materialistic either. I enjoy my friends and my family, just relationships. I love that. And just experiences. And I know I've been completely lacking on all of those at least the past week and a half. Now that I know, 2 days ago, I was convinced it was Tuesday. Like, I don't know where the time went. I know part of it's probably because I had gotten sick twice, just randomly. And I think it has something to do with just not taking a step back for me. And that's terrible. There's something else I thought about yesterday. It all ties together. Hopefully I'll bring it together. All these thoughts. Just when it comes to these relationships and how I tend to I'm starting to just let time or life just go, basically, and slip into this mundane. And then of course I had that cry. It just really made me like really pick apart some of the relationships I have right now and experiences that I've experienced. And one thing I know I'm always been terrible about doing is expressing how I feel about people. I mean, I know a lot of people don't need that reassurance that they are just like beneficial to you or that you appreciate them, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And that's terrible. I know, just for example, I'll probably end up mentioning her several times throughout these 100 diary entries that I'm going to be doing. And I don't want to just expose anyone's names, put their business out there, just tie them to this in any way. Because again, I'm just doing this for me, and I know I need to talk it out loud sometimes. So I'm going to give her a name. And if she doesn't like it, best believe the name's going to change. If she, for some reason, stumbles across this and decides to watch, I'm going to call her Monica for now. No. I'm going to call her Ruby for now. Her name's going to be Ruby for reasons. I'm a huge Orange is the New Black fan. I just watched a season recently over. So her name's going to be Ruby. So my friend Ruby, I think she came in a point in my life that I didn't know that I absolutely needed her. And I've never been able to tell her or express this to her ever, but it's true. Like, when I first moved back here, I didn't want to get attached to anybody. I had gotten so used to moving around. But it was always like in the same vicinity. So I met a lot of new friends and all that good stuff when I moved. But I also still kept in contact, close contact with my other friends that I've made. This is the furthest away that I have been from those guys, you know? So, and we moved down here for my mom's surgery. And we had every intention of going back. So we moved back here, like, God, just like, I think it was 3 weeks before I was set to have my first break. It's a year-round school in Arizona, you know? So I had been in school since, like, the beginning or middle of July. And it was, like, middle of September. It was close to my birthday. I remember that. And we were going to go, we had every intention of moving back to Arizona somewhere in Chandler in December. And so I was trying really hard not to get close to anyone here because I didn't want anything to hinder that. I just didn't want to deal with the fallout of making friends and then leaving them again, basically. But while I was here, you know, for those few months, I did keep in close contact with my friends, especially the basketball girls in Arizona. But I met Ruby, and in so many ways, just thinking about the time in which I met her and just seeing how some of my friends that have come and gone since then, and some of them are, you know, they're in trouble or lost their lives, whatever. I met her and for some reason got really close to her. Just exactly what I did not want to do. I didn't want to get close to anyone, but there was just something about her that drew me in. And putting all that together, I'm like, in so many ways, I think unknowingly, that chica absolutely saved my life. Like, not even kidding. Like, it's not like we weren't bad kids. You know, me and my friends in Arizona, we really weren't. We weren't bad at all. But, man, it's just once I moved, everything changed, basically. Relationships changed, experiences that we all went through changed, and it's like, I'm pretty sure that if I hadn't met Ruby, well, I know for a fact, if I hadn't met Ruby, I would be back in Arizona. Life would be completely different for me now than, you know, if I had gone back. And I don't think it would necessarily have been a good thing. I could have still been running with a couple of my friends that I used to play ball with, and you know, they've all gotten in a lot of trouble. Not the high school basketball team, but the YMCA team. They've gotten into a lot of trouble. 3 of them have died tragically. I have other friends who have died tragically, which is just really hard and weird to wrap my brain around, because it's just something we never thought would happen, I guess, to us. Like, in a way, we knew not everything is forever and that we're not invincible, but this was definitely different. And yeah, Ruby, when I met her in the weirdest way possible, I think it came at a point where I didn't know, of course, till now, that I absolutely needed her. And as a result, you know, I got close to her, and me and my brother made like the toughest decision ever. We're just like, yeah, we don't want to go back home. Let's just stay here. I wanted to see where this would go with Ruby. And she has been my rock for a very, very long time now. Since the tail end of 2004, I believe. That's when I moved here. It's been so long. Man. And I still can't figure out how to say that. How much that chica means to me. I'm getting emotional. The hell? What's happening? Yeah, and I try to express it, but then it just never seems like enough. And I mean, how do you repay anybody? How do you tell somebody how much they mean to you? Like, you saved me, and you didn't even know. I didn't even know. Being away from some of those guys in Arizona actually made our relationship stronger than I believe than if we had stayed. So there's this one girl, we'll call her Big Bird just because she's hella tall. But Big Bird, she and I just never saw eye to eye on a lot of things. And we were friends, but not like I guess we were more acquaintances. We just dealt with each other because we were there. You know, we played basketball together. We hung out with the same people, obviously. And my gosh, she just thinking about it, we didn't dislike each other, but we definitely were never on the same page. That is for sure. And the decision to stay here and pursue things, that friendship with Ruby, actually putting that distance between me and Big Bird, we became a lot closer than I think we ever would have, just sitting there dealing with each other. Because I think being apart made us realize and just really analyze who and what the other person was and what they stood for. And instead of bickering about it, we just took what we knew and formulated like real opinions in a way that we can actually have dialogue with each other to express why we agree or disagree with each other and come to a common ground, to where I really do consider her like a really close friend now. And to me, that's crazy. Just crazy. This is getting really long. I'm tired of talking and I'm getting emotional for like no reason. But I guess the main thing is I wanted to start something. Just this random diary, this dear diary. Just to see where it goes and where I go. I have like a totally different outlook on life right now, especially since like I said, I'm battling demons that no one knows for just whatever reason that I am. And I guess I stepped on this scale recently, I'll just say it, and I actually saw the numbers go down. And I really felt, and then I felt better. Not because of the numbers, but just because I felt better, and I guess the numbers kind of just justified. It's like, you are doing better. And now that you have finally figured it out, let's see where we can take it. So this, and putting it on YouTube, that's actually part of it. It's one of my goals. And something else I want to do this year is I want to cross things off my bucket list, you know? I want to go places. I want to travel. Ruby, she's starting a new job, so I'm pretty sure she's going to be busy on weekends mostly. She's partying up now, which is cool. And Chica, she deserves absolutely everything. She deserves so much, and like I said, I can't formulate it into words, but how much she deserves. She deserves more than the world. She's such a great person. She keeps me in check. And that's what best friends should do. Inspire one another. And she inspires me. And just, I think that was my turning point, is when she said, hey, I got this job offer. And it had everything to do with what she's wanted to do for a long time. And she's going to be amazing at it. Whether it's with this new job or when she starts her own thing, it'll be great. So it's like, I see that and see her just going for it. It's like, I'm ready to just go for things. So here I am. Like I said, video quality probably going to be crappy. I'm probably just going to do this from my phone. Maybe one day I'll get a little screen thingy for my camera, my Canon, and do it from there. But for now, I just want to lay in bed, pour my heart out, and grow. There's going to be good days. There's going to be horrible days. And it's all going to be in this diary. Let's just see in these 100 days how much I grow and where we go from here. Dear diary, I got something to say.